Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, baby. I am live and we are here to talk about some current events, things going on in the news, a few things you have heard about, and some things you haven't heard about. I love a Good Friday, one of my favorite days in the whole world. Some of you are up, some of you are on a date, some of you are sleeping, some of you are cleaning your house, some of you are just in the bed with your kitty cat or puppy snuggled up. Some of you are with your girlfriends. Hey, guilty angel, just having a good old time or just relaxing. Okay, so I want to talk about some things that's going on, baby. In the news, you can see a little bit of it on the screen right now, and we are going to talk about more of it. Greetings, Sedona. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So, where should I start? Who should I start with? Beyonce, Hayden Panettiere, and more. There's a lot more to show than what I said in the title. Okay, let's start off with Beyonce. Let's start off with her. Let's see what is being said. Apparently, there is outrage regarding Beyonce and something else regarding Beyonce, but let's just see. Okay, let's see what I want to start off with.
So I don't know how many times I have to reiterate this because y'all are eating me up in the comments. And if you look at my page, I actually already explained this point specifically between Alicia Keys and Beyonce as it relates to Rihanna. If you go to my page and you look at the video that has Rihanna in the background, I'm explaining it. But I'll explain it again for you guys. Rihanna is to Beyonce and Alicia Keys what Jessica Simpson and Mandy Moore are to Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, they ushered in a new generation of white female pop stars, and they showed that there's a new generation of viable talent, and so the record labels were quick to find acts to duplicate that success. The same exact thing happened with Beyonce and Alicia Keys because the record label saw the success that these two acts had, and they were showing that there's a new generation of black female talent that could be premier pop stars. And so record labels start pushing out acts to duplicate the success that these two were experiencing, like Tierra Marie, Chantel, Sierra, and also Rihanna. I'm not saying that Rihanna is not talented. I'm not saying that she's not one of the flyest bitches in the world because she genuinely is. However, she was meant to duplicate the success of these two women. However, Rihanna just has like an intangible it factor that shot her to the stratosphere, and she went beyond what anybody thought Music of the Sun would have ever fucking done. But Rihanna is fruit from the tree of Beyonce. And people always say, like, especially on Elon's app, that Beyonce has no sons. And I'm like, Beyonce's first son is fucking Rihanna.
Interesting. That's interesting. I mean, Beyonce and Alicia Keys are not the first black women to be popular in music. I always get irritated when people act like Beyonce is the one that's created everything and she's just better. She's a great performer. She has longevity. But before Beyonce, Brandy, Monica, Janet Jackson, Toni Braxton. But a lot of them were R&B. I always say that. Now, Janet is pop. She's up there like Madonna, right? Beyonce went pop. That's the key. She didn't just do R&B. She started off with R&B. I prefer a lot of her music from the early days, but she went a little bit more pop, became a global sensation and everything like that. And there was a woman who recently said that Beyonce needs a prince, that because Beyonce is the only person people talk about, why isn't there someone else to challenge her in her career who you can compare her to, who is, for tit for tat, like Prince and Michael Jackson type of thing. And people said no, Rihanna. Rihanna was Beyonce's prince, is what people say. Now he's saying that Rihanna was ushered in just like he said Jessica Simpson for Britney Spears, but she surpassed Beyonce. Leave a heart if you think Rihanna has better music than Beyonce, now me saying that is ruffles feathers. Personally, Rihanna got some good shit. I think Rihanna has a little bit more better music, but I believe that Beyonce, I don't even believe, it's just a fact. Beyonce has a better voice. Rihanna has better music. Beyonce has good music from her catalog. To me, I love when Beyonce and Destiny's Child Say My Name. When she first went solo, Dangerously in Love was a great album. I love her song Signs. That other song, That's How You Like It, Huh? That's How You Like It, Huh? That's How You Like It, Huh? That's How I Like It, baby. She had some good shit. Tonight, I'll be your naughty girl. I'm telling all my girls. She had some good stuff to me. Irreplaceable. Okay, so I'm not gonna shit on Beyonce. She does have good songs. Later down, I felt like she was dropping it with her music and then the talking, singing, and rapping. I don't like that. Rihanna was consistent with hit after hit. The key thing, like Beyonce, Rihanna went pop. Rihanna did the EDM, electronica type of music too. She has a very wide fan base in other countries where that type of music is very popular. I love Rihanna's music. I love, sometimes I can't even listen to one song. It reminds me of just, I think of someone, one song that she makes. But Rihanna got some good shit. She does. And she doesn't just do R&B music. So she's more global. I actually saw people saying in their countries, like in Sweden and places like that, that Rihanna's music is more popular and famous over there. So let's see. DOD, you don't know any of her music? Rihanna, are you serious? I know you lying. There is no way you are in the United States and you don't know a Rihanna song. Like, how is that possible? Rihanna was dominating for a few years with hits and collaborations. I love that song. Now, I don't care for Future. Rihanna has a song with Future. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on, it was so damn good. It was so good. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. That was Future's part. And I hope I'm not too desperate. Okay, come on now. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't see any hearts. I didn't see any hearts so far saying that Rihanna's music. Oh, hold on. I see one heart that Rihanna got better music than Beyonce. Oh, of course. I had mentioned before Beyonce. And when I say before, I'm not talking 10 years before. I'm talking the same time Beyonce first came out in Destiny's Child. Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah, Maya, Janet Jackson, Toni Braxton. Come on, Mariah Carey. I literally said on TikTok, I want to see a versus of Mariah Carey versus Beyonce. Now, Mariah Carey winning, in my opinion, but I still want to see it. That's who can go toe to toe. Mariah Carey and Beyonce. Come on with it. I don't think you ever gonna see it happen, but that's the only people I can think of for that type of verses. Okay, so let's get into Beyonce sitting on this man's lap. Rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere. They're talking about child stars, teen stars being groomed, the casting couch, um, executives grooming young women in the industry. And now they're claiming that Beyonce slept her way to the top. This is what people are saying after seeing this video. Here is Beyonce talking to Michael Jackson for the first time, and the executive told her, "Come sit on my lap."
All right, here we go. Come on over here. Here, you can. You want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap. Michael. Michael? Hi. Okay, okay. Alright, we're in the studio, and I have Beyonce sitting on my lap, and I'm gonna put you on speakerphone.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone to talk to her, and okay. You're shaking. Okay, you ready? Okay, hold on.
Oh, no. I'm gonna pass out.
Michael?
Yes, Mark.
Here we go. I have Beyonce here.
Hi.
Hi, Beyonce.
How you doing?
Oh, good. I really appreciate you doing this because we're giving back.
I'm very honored. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
But thank you. Brad Buxer is putting down the track now.
Right here, Michael.
Brad,
Yes.
you're putting down the track now.
Yep.
Yeah, Beyonce's gonna go in the studio and lay it down now, and you're gonna give her inspiration.
Michael, when she was listening to the track, she fell in love with it immediately.
Yes, I did. I love it.
You did?
Yeah,
Yes.
immediately, Michael.
It's wonderful.
She lit up, immediately from the very first line of the first verse.
But please don't, Beyonce. My voice.
Your voice sounds great.
You
Come on.
sound...
He was getting over the flu when we recorded this.
You know, the flu. I had the
And-
flu.
This is only his demo track for everyone.
That's
to
how his
hear,
voice
so-
sounds when it's
Yeah.
when he has the flu.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
It does.
And the first line, I screamed. Literally, I screamed.
And Michael, she's these guys can sing. I mean, she's gonna nail this. This is great. So we're happening. The vibe couldn't be any better.
Let's get going then.
All right,
All
let's
right.
get going.
Love you, Michael.
I love you too.
All right,
Bye.
talk to you later, Michael.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, that was
He
tight.
gets very emotional over this project. I mean,
I'm
he's
happy I talked to
Russian.
Oh, I want to do a little...
All right, here we go. Come on over here. Here, you want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap. Michael. Michael. Hi. Okay, okay.
So this is the video that everybody is going crazy over, saying that Beyonce was groomed, that she slept her way to the top, the executives did something to her. What I will say is that it's very possible. I'm not brainwashed or because it's Beyonce. You hear the stories from damn near every artist that these things happen. What makes Beyonce any different? You think because she's black, somehow she wouldn't be in the grasp of predators? You know how many black women have come out with these types of stories? And other races of women? It's called the casting couch for a reason. A lot of women have to, what did Little Kim say? Suck D to get to the top. Now, I'm not saying that Beyonce did. I don't know. But there are things that go on behind the scenes. What I will say is that it's possible. We'll never really know. But I think that it was very inappropriate for him to say, come sit on my lap. Beyonce, I mean, what was she, probably maybe 18, maybe 17 when this happened? That's not her daddy, you know, and even some daddies feel uncomfortable with their daughters sitting on their lap, but they're like, hold on now, hold on. So let's see what some people are saying about Beyonce sitting on this executive's lap. And my thing is that it's a shame that I see people targeting Beyonce, saying that it's over for her. She slept her way to the top. If she was underage, she would be a victim. Like, she's a young, she ain't no grown woman. Why aren't you looking at the men who told her to sit on, the man who said sit on my lap? Instead, you're trying to blame her.
Yeah, that footage of Beyonce sitting on that white man's lap in the studio is very telling. Because people really think that Beyonce ain't have to fuck her way to the top. Goddamn ho, here we go again. I told you about that Beyonce and Jay-Z. They were slowly going to start releasing information about them because they have been private for so fucking long. But I'm telling y'all, all these celebrities, they getting aired the fuck out. And if you disrespect the people who control your money, the people who are the reason why you made it to the top, they gonna air all your motherfucking business out. Oh my God. And yeah, we thought that Beyonce was like this sweet, timid woman and she would never do such and such, but man, I don't know why y'all talking about some, they was preying on Beyonce, this, that, and the third. Well, Beyonce obviously wanted to be where she's at today. And she was willing to do any and everything to get to where she's at today. Because when she sat on that man's lap, it didn't look like she was scared. It didn't look like she was being taken advantage of. She was exactly where she was at, where she wanted to be. She was exactly where she wanted to be. So, stop trying to make excuses for Beyonce. She ain't no different than any other. She not no different than any other women in the music industry.
That video of Beyonce is making its rounds on the internet, and it's surprising to me because y'all really thought somebody of Beyonce's status wasn't privy to the sexual predatory ways of the music industry. This lady has been groomed since she was a child to be in stardom by her father. She only got with Jay-Z because she sees her father in him. And they met when Jay-Z was a grown adult and she was like 16. Think about that. Beyonce is a victim. And we already know how the music industry feels about black people, especially black women. And y'all thought somebody whose je ne sais quoi is success and perfection somehow went through the industry unscathed? Like, come on. Beyonce is not the first, and the lady won't be the last.
We're about to witness the collapse of the Carters. We are about to witness the downfall of Jay-Z and Beyonce over the next 2 years. And it's already starting to happen. And Jay-Z, he's been doing a lot lately because he is trying to avoid a tower moment. He is trying to avoid having this tower fall. But this tower was always meant to collapse. So he was never going to avoid it. And as for Beyonce, they're going to put her through several public humiliation rituals. And the first one is them releasing these tapes of her sitting on that white man's lap in her earlier years. Yeah, we're about to witness the collapse of the Carters. And y'all think Diddy was bad? Jay-Z is Diddy's daddy. I need y'all to understand this. We are about to witness the collapse of the Carters.
Let me say a few things. I got to say it, and I'm going to give my honest opinion about this. There are people who are preying on the downfall of Beyonce and Jay-Z. We see this with every celebrity, especially famous black people. They have all gone down. Legacies damn near destroyed and tarnished. And I'm not saying some of them didn't cause it, but they always say it's just a matter of time. Okay? See, Beyonce is very quiet. And that has always been an issue with a lot of people. They said she doesn't have a personality. She barely does interviews. She doesn't show you her home, her family. They don't connect to her. They don't know her. Other people say, well, she's just doing her job. She's an entertainer. Here's my music. And some people feel like she keeps that aura of celebrity like Michael Jackson because she doesn't dish everything out to you. I have heard the rumors about her and Jay-Z. That Jay-Z puts her on drugs. That's why you see her wiggling and wobbling at basketball games. He's cheated on her multiple times, which she did basically say in the Lemonade album. that she faked her pregnancy and wore a fake belly because she didn't want to fuck up her body by being pregnant. Okay, if she did, I don't think that's a big deal if that's what she wanted to do. All types of stuff. I've heard Lil Jaguar Wright claiming that Beyonce was carpet munching on a bunch of women back in the day and things with jagged edge. I have heard a lot of stuff. Beyonce's human. She doesn't air her business out like a smart person. No one with sense tells you their whole business. You must be fucking crazy. But it's not everybody's business, certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people criticizing her because they feel she doesn't stand up for black people. She barely talks about black issues, all types of stuff like that. Her and Jay-Z. When that man said that she got with Jay-Z because she wanted her father, that's a load of bullshit. It's true that she was not a grown woman when she first started talking to Jay-Z. Beyonce grew up with the daddy, and I get tired of people saying, oh, her dad was a cheat, so that's why she chose a cheater. Newsflash, 98% of men cheat. It doesn't matter if he was like her father or not. 98% of men cheat. He was going to cheat regardless. He's a powerful man with money. They definitely want the pick of the litter in the buffet. Even when they have a woman that's famous and powerful and beautiful like Beyonce, that's still not enough for a number of them. He was going to cheat regardless. And I know some people might think, well, Jay-Z don't even look good. So what is he doing cheating on Beyonce like this? Because he got the money to do so. And he has a big old eggplant from what I've heard a lot. So I don't think that Beyonce got with Jay-Z because she saw her father. Not 100%. I always said it was a power move. She is a Virgo. She wants power. She chose Jay-Z because Jay-Z was the top man in the entertainment business that was black. And why do people keep talking about that the man was white? Plenty of black women do have smecks and date white men. That doesn't make him the boogeyman because he was white. Would it be if he was black and said, come sit in my lap? That would still be problematic. Beyonce chose Jay-Z because she was under pressure to have to be in a relationship with a black man. She had her black father in her life. She felt pressure probably, didn't want to disappoint her father. Jay-Z stopped rapping when he really got with Beyonce and retired and opened up the 40/40 Club because her father didn't respect her being with a gangster rapper. So he had to change and get more classy, become more of a businessman that her father would respect. That's why he retired with rapping very soon when they became official and he started doing some more big man things. Beyonce, he said in his song, I have the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. He clinged to Beyonce because Beyonce was the most popular black woman in entertainment. They were a power couple, a black power couple. That is why they haven't divorced, because they know what they represent and they built an empire together. They're worth $2.5 billion together. She is a Southern girl from Texas. She probably doesn't want to ruin or break up the family from those traditional Southern Belle cultural roots that she has. And that's why she hasn't kicked him to the curb after cheating on her multiple times. It's possible she's cheated herself behind the scenes on his ass. And what could people say after all the times he's cheated on her? But there's a lot at stake, and she doesn't want it destroyed, the image of what they have built. There's a reason Jay-Z refuses to take that damn DNA test of that guy that looks like he could be his damn son, who said that he's his son, because it would destroy the image they built. And, if it comes out that Jay-Z has fathered multiple children with different women at the time he was dating Beyonce, that ruins the look and everything that they built. You know what I'm saying? It's just no, Beyonce cannot have that. She ain't having that. She's not having her shit destroyed, and Jay-Z don't want to destroy it either. They feel like they're the ultimate power couple, And that's what it is. Okay? So, let's see. There are people who want this woman's downfall because she reached big heights. She's, you know, some people think that Jay-Z is untouchable. Look, I remember, I'm not kissing Jay-Z's ass. I can tell you that. I don't respect when he smushed that black woman in the head. I don't know if you remember that when it was caught on film that she was close to him with a camera or a microphone, and he literally mushed the shit out of her head, Jay-Z. So I definitely don't think that he's incapable of smacking Beyonce upside the head after what I saw. And Jaguar Wright said a few things about him. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but I don't put Jay-Z and Beyonce on some pedestal like perfect black people, or we can't say anything about them. We don't know much about them. A few things we do. And they're, at the end of the day, they have problems just like other people. They just keep it very hush hush because it would destroy the brand and destroy the empire, basically. You said that's why Solange kicked his ass. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I heard that it's because of Rachel Roy, Dame Dash ex-wife. He was effing her, and that's why Solange put hands on him. I don't know. Maybe he put hands on Beyonce, and Solange said, "I'm gonna get a lick on you." I don't know for sure, but we'll never know everything because they're not willing to have what they've built destroyed and the public know everything. That's just a fact. And I mean, you do have to keep some things private because once something comes out and you don't leave him, then you'll have women who will judge you like, oh, why didn't you leave him? And then you get back with him and then they say all types of stuff about you. And, you just have to keep some things private. Okay. So Beyonce, did she sleep her way to the top? I don't know for sure. It's possible. I mean, it happens to other women. Why would Beyonce be any different? There are plenty of women who can sing and who are beautiful just like her, but yet people like to be delusional about stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know for sure, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But I will say it's possible. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You see how many child stars keep coming out about being passed around or having to sleep with executives and all that stuff. So, um, I don't know for sure, but what I do know of is if anything happened to her and she was young like that, it's not her. She's a victim if something like that happened. Okay, so I don't know. But they don't like seeing her sitting in that man's lap. Okay. I am here says, I think Jay-Z does have other kids. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I would not be shocked at all if he does. I remember that video vixen from Trinidad. She was in all the videos and she had a son. The baby looked like it could, yes, that baby looked like it's Jay-Z's. It was all over the place. And then they said it wasn't his. Then she moved to Trinidad. They said he gave her hush money about it. That baby looked like it could be his baby straight up. Straight up. So, I don't know. I don't know. I heard she was paid off. It's possible. They say that Free from 106 and Park got pregnant by Jay-Z and Free disappeared. You don't hear nothing from her at large. I don't know for sure, but anything is possible. A lot of men in hip hop wanted Free and everything, always lusting over her body and everything like that. So it's possible. I don't get it though. I don't understand if Jay-Z does have kids by other women. If he does, why can't he just come out with it? I mean, is he like the first rapper that it comes out he has multiple kids by different women? Would it really be shocking that a black man in hip hop has multiple kids? Like, I don't even know why that would be hidden so much when it's so, but I guess it's because it would hurt the image of Beyonce sort of has this wholesome image to some people coming, the Southern Belle from Houston, Texas, an upper class black family and everything like that, and it would embarrass her. So maybe that's why they don't come out with it. I don't know. If it's true, I don't know for sure. Okay. So let's go to the next topic. And I want to say I do like some of Beyonce's songs. And Jay-Z had some good shit when he first came out. Jigga what? Nigga who? Jigga what? Get your flow. What's that song? And I love my diamonds. I ain't even. Let me just stop. But he does have some good stuff from back in the day. Some of it.
Hi guys, please listen to this. There's a severe deadly fever that is going around right now, which originated from China. Let me give you more information. So this disease is called SFTS and it stands for severe fever with thrombocytopenia syndrome. Now, the past couple of months, the cases have been growing in Asia, especially in China, where they have 900 cases and 35 people have died. What is really scary is that this is not even on the news. We haven't even heard about this. The symptoms for this disease is horrific. You'll have high fever, headaches, diarrhea, vomiting, nausea. You will get internal muscle bleeding, kidney injury, body tremors, and even coma. Now, there is a high mortality rate in this disease. Now, what is more scary is that there are no vaccines. There is no cure for this disease at all for now. Now, so far, this disease hasn't gone worldwide and it's only in Asia for now. But authorities are worried and are keeping an eye on this. Hi guys, please.
Why is everything coming out of China? Wasn't SARS from China or Japan or China? What is going on here? You know what? Personally, I think they're trying to release something on the earth, somebody, to wipe out most of humanity because the population is just too much. I mean, they just came out not too long ago saying that the population needs to go down to at least 4 billion people because it's overcrowded. I don't know. Leave a heart in the chat if you believe a disease worse than AIDS is going to come out. There ain't been nothing, I think, worse than AIDS that has come out. Something that can take you off the earth faster and worse symptoms than AIDS. I always wonder if something worse than AIDS is going to come out within my lifetime. I even wonder if they're going to find the cure for it in my lifetime. But I think, leave a heart if you think something's on the way worse than AIDS that's going to be released on the planet and people are going to drop like flies. Leave a heart if you think if it's coming. I mean, I believe it could happen. COVID was bad. COVID was bad. They're working on, remember that movie Resident Evil? Remember Resident Evil? How they were experimenting on humans with all these viruses and things to make you mutate. I always tell you, there is I don't know. There is a mad scientist working in the CDC that's trying to come up with something that's going to be the worst thing you've ever seen in humanity. And they want to release it out to the public. I know it's true. I just know it. I feel it. Okay? I feel it. Good night, DOD. I definitely feel it. Okay? They're experimenting. They are experimenting. Okay? And I'm going to say something controversial that I've always believed. And I know I'm not supposed to say it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You have very sinister people within power who are racist, and I'm not saying everybody's racist. There's someone very sinister in power. They're trying to figure out how to kill black people. That's why these things keep happening. They want to wipe Africans, especially, off the earth. And that's why you see Ebola and all these diseases, everything coming out of Asia and Africa. They want to figure out how to wipe black people, especially the blackish, and I ain't trying to be funny saying that, but Africans are like pure-blooded black. They want to find out how to get rid of them off the planet. The thing is, though, is that when they try this, it's going to go bad. Just like when HIV came out, it's going to end up crossing over and killing up everybody. That's what always happens. You think that you have one group you trying to get, and then that shit end up coming over to another country, or somebody sleeping with them, and next thing you know, the shit backfire. You know, when HIV came out, it was killing gay white men. But then the bisexual black men was sleeping with the white gay men and sleeping with black women. And then they brung that shit up over here. And now the black woman dying with the gay black man. So whatever they tried to come out with to kill up black people, that shit is going to backfire and it's going to kill up everybody. Now, I'm not saying that every white person wants to kill black people. I said specifically very sinister, evil, the ones who are in extreme power behind the scenes, who are very evil and sinister and racist. I don't know who they are, but they exist. They're working with the scientists and the government to come up with the thing. What is the virus that they will probably release in Africa? I really believe this, and even over here in America. But it's going to backfire. And there are some people who will say that I'm crazy for saying this, but y'all, you know within your heart that I'm telling the truth. You know it's true within your heart. Okay? And then it will move. They don't just want the black people. They want poor people, homeless people. They experiment on homeless people too. There have been homeless people who said that they have been kidnapped by the government, and I believe it. They kidnap them, they put them underground or in facilities, and they test out all these medicines and shit on homeless people. Because nobody cares about homeless people. They don't have an identity no more. No one even knows who they are. Pick them up in them white trucks, them white vans, and then take them to a damn lab or underground or something. And all these medicines coming out, they've been fucking testing it out on them. I really believe that. So now this virus is over in Asia. It's only a matter of time, if they don't get this under control, that it's going to spread globally. And speaking of things spreading, you need to see this. Call me crazy? I believe the damn AIs is walking around right now that look like human beings. And you know why I'm saying that? It's because the government has technology that is 50 to 100 years more advanced than what you even see in the public. They have these AI robots with this human looking skin walking around collecting information from people. They have recorders in their eyeballs. So they're coming around recording people and gathering information, which is going to be fed to the data centers that they're building. So people look at this and might think that this is crazy, but they're only giving you a glimpse of what's to come, Terminator, and what is really here already. They already have them looking like human beings walking around us, and we don't even know. With eyeballs that's not black, like what you see up here. Real looking eyeballs. Baby, it's already laid out. Everything you saw in Terminator, The Matrix, iRobot, and all these things is going to happen. Consciousness, they're going to download consciousness into a chip and they're going to place it in these AIs. I'm telling you, Terminator is real. Terminator is going to happen. I believe it with everything in me, and we're in it right now. We see it happening right now. So I don't think I'm crazy for saying it. They're showing it to us right in front of our face. I really believe it. Okay? So now what I want to tell you, let's see. Let's see what to go to next. Okay, we have Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton said that her mother told her, never ask your man about another woman, because if you're not prepared to do something about it, you will be the other woman. Don't ask him unless you're prepared to have an action behind it. It is better to know the truth. Or is there no point in asking if you're going to stay? I had said this as well. If I believe that my man is cheating, but I know I'm not going nowhere, 50% of me is just going to shut up because I'm not leaving. If depending on what the situation is, if I know I can't leave or I don't want to go, I might be quiet. But if I love this man, I probably wouldn't be able to hold it in. You know, like eating dinner and I see your freaking phone ringing and I know it's the other woman. I probably might go off about it and say, look, I know you've been another woman. So don't F with me, and confront him. And you know what a man's gonna do. Baby, I ain't mean it. She ain't nothing. She ain't shit. She ain't you. I promise, baby. I promise I'll never do it again. I love you. I love you. She ain't nothing. She ain't nothing. I promise I'll end it. I'll leave her. I'll leave her alone. Baby, come here. And then he gonna kiss on you. Then he gonna kiss on your neck. Then he might go down to the kitty cat and do all that. And then try to F the crap out of you, like off a baby boy and stuff like that. Like, baby, please, I ain't going. I'm gonna leave her alone. Come here, please. No, listen. And then he do a DMX on you and do the thing on you. You know what I'm saying? And then in his mind, he's thinking she ain't going nowhere. She ain't leaving. She loved its D. She ain't going nowhere. I got her wrapped around my fingers. And she made me a sandwich later that night. That's how some of them are. You know, so if I think a man is cheating, I would say if you're not going to leave him, I mean, you could confront him. But sometimes you need to be prepared, you know, like you know where you can go, you have your things packed up, you have a plan. You don't know if things might turn violent when you confront him. I mean, some women snap. I might go upside your head and smack the shit out you because I can't believe you cheating on me. And you better not try to hit me back because you know damn well that you're stronger than me. You know, I'm not stronger than no man. So, and not only that, you cheating on me. So take it like a man. And they say don't confront the woman. I'm sorry, I don't believe in that. I'll confront you and her. You my man. If I have something to say to her, I can say it. I don't have to shut up. I can talk to her on the phone and say, "Did you know about me?" Something. Like, and if she does know, I can confront her too. I don't believe in that only the man could get it. No, I think both of them could get it. That's how I feel. I don't care about them rules about, oh, well, your dignity. You can't say nothing to her. The man is the one. Oh, F it. I'll F both of them. If I want to talk to both of them, I will. I don't give a damn. That's my damn man. And if I want to say something to her about effing my damn man, I will. I don't have to hold it in. Shit, I want to know who you are. How long you been effing him? And if she gets smart with me, I can confront her. I don't care. I don't care if it's petty. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm mad and all both of y'all asses getting confronted. Shoot. Okay? So, speaking of trifling stuff, men apparently are squirting their sperm on women in the Dollar Tree. So I want you to be careful. If you're in the Dollar Tree and you see a man that's suspicious, any kind of liquid or anything, just be careful, because this has been happening to about several women. Okay?
Be careful if you shop at Dollar Tree, because they are now being sued by 11 women who are saying that Dollar Tree did not protect them from men randomly squirting a substance on them. Across the country, 11 women have claimed that men have watched them in the Dollar Tree and ended up putting liquid substances from their body onto these women. The lawsuit says that Dollar Tree is not warning customers and not protecting them because one of the most recent attacks, a woman said a manager was nowhere to be found and the camera just happened to not be working in that aisle where the man made contact with her. So be careful if you go to any Dollar, and make sure you check your clothing before you get in the car.
Okay, you know what? I have seen several men these past few months pulling out their eggplants on random women at the library and other places, pulling it out, their eggplants, and squirting their juice. So, baby, if that happens, I got one hell of a case. I would sue Dollar Tree for millions of dollars and that man. Okay, because I don't know what you got and you trying to spread your sperm up on me. I mean, I would throw hands. I'm at Dollar Tree and you put your sperm on me, I will smack the shit out you and make a scene and call the damn police. And that is assault. It is, because you're putting your bodily fluids on me. Okay? So, that's absolutely disgusting. Let's go to the next topic.
So I am at one of my old jobs. I have a 401k, and they're about to start messing with y'all retirement. So talk to your accountant or whatever the case to figure out how to get your money pulled out, right? Of these 401ks and all that kind of stuff. So I contacted folks. Let me go ahead and pull this out. Do you know, just on the withdrawal, I lost $5,000? I lost $5,000. So they sent me this notice, been sending me this notice. Big bold print. This is my amount. Cool. So time for me to go ahead and withdraw. Oh, no. Look at the small print. Because you didn't vet it. That's not your true amount. We're going to knock off several thousand off the top. And then on the transfer, they take 1%. And then California takes 1%. And then to top it all off, these jokers sent me a tax notice. So then I'm going to have to pay taxes on it. America's really not a fair place. It's really, really hard to do things right here. That's my money. You gave me a whole booklet and explained to me, if I sign up for this, I get X amount of this, and then you sent me the notice, I get this, and then you're like, no, gotcha. You conned me out of my money. And then you use all these big words and these big jargon and all of these things to make it sound like it's just normal. It's not normal for you to take money from me that I work for when it's just sitting in an account. Like, stop trying to make it seem like you're doing me a favor by stealing my money. And the reason why I have to move this shit is because you guys are going to steal my money again.
Okay, so the point of this video that I'm showing is just be careful. You know, things like this can happen. Everything is digital. That's my fear with everything being digital, is that all it takes is a hacker to hack everybody's account and everything you have worked for is gone, wiped away. You know, that's why they say always have multiple accounts, stacking up your money, even have some cash that you've saved up over the years and stuff like that, because you never know if something could go left and everything is destroyed and everything goes wrong. That's a big fear. You know, they keep saying that we're not going to use cash anymore. They already got rid of the pennies. And I always say, you know what? The depression. If the right hackers, which, and I don't say it's right like it's right, but a very advanced group takes everybody money, it's over. You're going to have people jumping out of windows and stuff like that. Everything you have digital, wiped away on a computer. That's what scares me. So, all right, let's get into Hayden real quick. Rest in peace again to Hayden Panettiere. Her ex-boyfriend, the father of her child, has made a statement, and apparently there is people are canceling Neutrogena because she had postpartum depression, and they fired her when they found that out.
Hayden Panettiere's ex-fiance and father of her daughter posted a lengthy statement to his Instagram after her passing. He used this photo of him, her, and their daughter, of course, covering their daughter's face, and in the statement he says, "Our family is going through a time of profound shock and grief. The announcement of Hayden's tragic death saddens me deeply. She left this world far too soon. Hayden was, although no longer my partner, an important part of my life and the mother of our daughter, Kaya. She built an incredible career through immense talent while also facing the darker sides of a very demanding industry. Nothing will erase the times we shared or the place she had in our lives. Our daughter Kaya, I will always speak of her mother with respect and make sure she remembers the person she was. I extend my deepest condolences to Hayden's parents, her friends, and her fans who are also grieving today. Young and talented people like Hayden should not leave this world so soon. Ask everyone to please respect our family's feelings and privacy during this incredibly difficult time. For now, this is all I wish to say. Thank you to everyone who is supporting my family and expressing their sincere condolences. Rest easy, Hayden. May you find eternal peace." If you didn't watch her interview when she was on the Red Table Talk in 2022, I did cover it. It is in this playlist, but I feel like a huge part of Hayden's struggles was the fact that her daughter was living in another country, and it was done so by force. Hayden opened up about the fact that when she gave birth to her daughter, she was going through postpartum, and because he grew up as an athlete, he kind of looked at it as she needs to toughen up. He then said that nobody at the time understood what she was going through, so she relied heavily on alcohol, and then on top of that, she was on a show where writers were basically making her character go through what she was going through in real life. Then led to her and Vlad eventually splitting. He moved to Ukraine, and their daughter was going back and forth to see the both of them, and then when her daughter turned 3 years old, Vlad kept her in Ukraine and basically told her she needed to sign over custody. Hayden said she felt like her hands were tied, especially because his brother was the mayor in Ukraine, so she felt like she had to do it, but said this was the point where she wanted to work on herself and get better for the sake of herself and her daughter. She has always said that he was an incredible father and that they had a great relationship, but even fast forward to this year when she did her interview on the Jay Shetty podcast, she even said that she hopes when her daughter gets older, she will choose to live with her. Well, I'm not denying that he's an incredible father, and I'm sure he's a great person, but at the same time, it has always bothered me that he knew the struggles she had been through growing up in the industry, and on top of that, you see that she's struggling through postpartum and alcoholism and her job, and your thought was, let me go to another country, my daughter, and allow her to continue to struggle. On top of that, if you know anything about Hayden's struggles, then you know that she didn't have the best relationship with her mother, so she really wanted to be the opposite of that when it came to her daughter, and I just feel like everybody in her life genuinely failed her.
People are now boycotting Neutrogena after finding out that they fired Hayden Panettiere for speaking up about postpartum depression. So you probably remember Hayden Panettiere's Neutrogena commercial from the 2010s. It was the most viral commercial anywhere on TV. Well, according to Hayden, Neutrogena ended up dropping her after she went on live TV and spoke about her struggles with postpartum depression. And now that she's passed away and this interview is resurfacing, everyone is rushing to Neutrogena's social medias and absolutely canceling them for what they did to Hayden Panettiere. Videos like this and comments like this are being flooded across social media saying, "Say less, cancel Neutrogena."
The tragic and shocking death of Hayden Panettiere has sparked major backlash against Neutrogena after the brand allegedly cut ties with her years ago over comments she made about postpartum depression. As you guys may know, Hayden was the face of Neutrogena for several years, but she later claimed the company wanted to drop her after she publicly opened up about her postpartum depression in 2015. Hayden wrote in her memoir that after discussing her struggles on Live with Kelly and Michael, Neutrogena allegedly wanted to cut ties with her right then and there, but she said her agent stepped in and saved her job at the time. Once her contract eventually expired, Hayden says the company let her go. Following her sudden death, the story is resurfacing and fans are not happy. People are tearing into Neutrogena across the company's social media pages, leaving angry comments and calling for a boycott over how Hayden says she was treated. Neutrogena is owned by consumer health company Kenvue, and TMZ has reached out multiple times for comment, but so far, no response.
Hayden Panettiere's ex-fiance and father of her daughter posted a lengthy
And she looked happier right there, and there's just so many pictures of Hayden. You can see a sadness in her eyes. A lot of people were criticizing her mother because she didn't seem that sad. Hayden had said that she wanted her mother. Her mother was more of a manager type of thing. That was more of the relationship, transactional and not a mother-daughter. This is her baby father. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Guilty Angel, you said he looks kind of weird. I'm going to confess something. I used to have a somewhat... I kind of thought he was hot, but I also felt he looked sort of interesting too. I don't know how to describe this, but this was actually... I looked him up, him and Hayden, years before she recently passed away. I used to think, damn, he's so much bigger than her. Like I said, this man is huge. And there was a picture that Hayden had posted online with him holding her up in the air. And she said people wonder how they do it. And she had the picture of him holding her up. So this was years ago. I think it might have been on Instagram when I was looking, because I was always wondering, like, damn, he's so damn big. So, oh my God, he's big. He got this look. Like, I like it, but I'm also like, I don't know. But I'm like, I was curious. That's a big ass man. Now he's Ukrainian, not Russian, but them Russian men are known for them big hands and them big fingers. And Ukrainian men, I don't often hear them being big and buff, but he has a brother. I believe he has a twin brother, I think. And they're both big. I said, oh, Lord. Like, I kind of had it for him a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I was curious about him, and I was wondering, I'm going to say what every other woman is thinking. He's big and buff. Is he big all over? And I'm going to leave it at that, because the man big. Okay, the man is big and built, and he is a good fighter. I love heavyweights. He's a boxer, and I watch boxing. So that's why I was sort of turned on watching him box, because he's so big and buff. And I don't really care for featherweight fighters that much. They okay, but I like them heavyweight fighters, and that's what he is, and that's why I was looking at him. So So I feel like he left a heartfelt message towards Hayden, very respectful. He couldn't say, I'm not gonna attack him and blame him for her downfall. I mean, you date people. They can't all help you. Y'all stop talking and y'all are not together. If a person is on drugs, the most I can do, if I have money and resources, I can offer to put you in rehab. Other than that, I can't stop you from doing drugs unless you want to stop doing drugs. I'm not with you 24 hours a day. Hayden wasn't in her right state. She had postpartum depression. She might have been getting high back then. And she did what she needed to do, which was give custody to him, because the baby probably was in better hands at that time. They're saying that they were hoping maybe when the baby got older, she would come be with her her mother, because most women want to be with their baby. Okay. So I just think the whole thing is messed up what happened. Um, and now leave a heart if you're going to boycott Neutrogena. I do think Neutrogena is wrong. Why would you fire her because she said she had postpartum depression? Is that not a real thing that millions of women go through? I mean, it's not like she did something bad. That's weird to me. A woman comes out and says she has postpartum, and you say, "Oh, we're going to fire you now because it's not a good look for you to have postpartum." What? That's crazy to me. I think she could have sued Neutrogena for doing that to her. So a lot of people are like, F that company, it's not a good company doing something like that. Guilty Angel, you said he doesn't look like a human. And I'm blaming him. Oh my God. Give us more details of why you blame this man. Okay. I Am Here says it seems like she had problems before him. She was a child star after all. She could have at least, Sonia says she could have at least had her baby girl. She self-medicated the hurt. Postpartum is serious. Yeah, I just can't believe. I mean, she was only 36 years old, and I'm like, damn, I was looking at her and his Instagrams a few short years ago, and I watched Heroes. Heroes was just so damn good. And I saw her in other things too. A lot of us grew up seeing her, you know? So now that she's gone, it's crazy. Okay. Guilty Angel says he needed her out of the picture so he could have all rights over the daughter. I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything, but the most I have heard is that she had postpartum. She had some issues. I don't know if she was doing drugs when they were together, and she gave the baby custody to him. Damn. That's a big man. I hope he wasn't crazy or anything like that. All right, so let's go to the next topic.
$3,200 workers are being laid off the Tyson beef plant. Not only did he not bring back manufacturing, not only did he not help the beef industry, he is the cause of most layoffs and factory closures. Utah and Illinois, over 3,200 employees are losing their job. I saw one of the workers that was filming people getting laid off, and you know what he said? And I'm quoting. He said, quote, "We voted for the wrong person," end quote. They only care when things affect them. Yeah, we are, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The economy is in very big trouble. 3,200 workers are being laid off.
I actually saw this. I saw it when it happened. It was uploaded on TikTok. At first, I thought it was a foreign country at first because everybody in there was either Hispanic or from Africa, and some of them weren't even speaking English. And then I had to read it again. I said, "This is Tyson." Okay, and there's nothing wrong with immigrants working there. It's just it literally looked like a foreign country when they uploaded it. But this is terrible. Imagine going to work every day and then you show up and without announcing it to you, you no longer have a job. You don't know what the hell you're gonna do. You show up to work and everything is shut down. No announcement, no warning. These people have to pay their bills. These people, most of them have kids, I'm sure. A lot of them have kids and families. And you show up to work and you're just laid off without notice. This is terrible. I think they should sue. I would sue if I could sue, if I was one of them. Okay, 3,200. That's not a little bit at all. And this is happening all over the country. People getting laid off. And I mean, Tyson, I don't respect them saying that they were going to have lab grown meat. It's disgusting. I'm not eating no damn lab grown meat. I can tell you that right now. But I really feel for the people who showed up and they no longer have a damn job. This is scary, and it's not the first company we see just falling apart. So, she said it's the president's fault and everything like that. So I just feel for the people because that's just effed up to me. Showing up and you no longer you no longer have a job. Okay. So let's go to the next.
I just seen a post on Threads that said Miss Rachel speaking up for black people more than black celebrities are. What's up with that? What's up with that? Why is it no black celebrities talking about the Nolan Wells case? Or not even just Nolan Wells. Why is it no black celebrities talking about how black people are getting hung all around the South? From Florida to North Carolina to Mississippi. Why is it no black celebrities speaking up? If y'all remember the Black Lives Matter movement, it was huge because black celebrities, black media personalities, black influencers was all speaking up. And it made the white people was even performing and putting squares on their goddamn page. Now, you got black people getting hung in the South and nobody's talking about it but TikTok. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Tania Nicole Miller, Juliana and Zeta, Tasia Fortune, Trey Reed. Why is nobody talking about these people? No black celebrities. And then the Democratic Party on Threads constantly just making posts talking about the Republicans. Where's the FBI? These people ain't hanging themselves. Why does Miss Rachel have to make a video saying that black people don't hang themselves? Why does a white lady have to make a video saying that black people don't hang themselves? Where are our celebrities with impact and influence? Where's all them people that was just at the BET Awards? Ain't none of them had nothing to say about Trey Reed. They're starting to piss me off. And I can name a bunch of them. But it's literally just none of them. The only person speaking up is like D.L. Hughley. Where's the black celebrities?
The black celebrities are scared. And like, hold on, I'm looking in the chat. The softer side of Cece, they don't give a damn. And you're right, a good portion of them don't. A lot of them, there were a lot of names being thrown around in this comment section of his video. Beyonce was named, just to name a few. Yes, she ain't off the hook either. Okay. A lot of them are being quiet. People will say it's because they don't want to upset white people. But some of these black celebrities are filthy rich. So what do they have to lose? You already made money. So how are you going to lose more money by speaking up for your community? Who are you going to offend? The only people that's going to get upset are people who are racist. A lot of black celebrities have fans who are not black people. They could easily come out and say, hello, all my fans. I know so many of you love me and I love you too. But if you truly care about me and my community that I come from, I need your support. This is what's going on in our country and we need to get to the bottom of it and we need an investigation. If there's something I can do to help the family come to the truth of what is going on, you can reach out to me or say something. But they don't care. A lot of black celebrities don't talk about black women's femicide. They don't talk about problems in the so-called community. They just hush hush. And you know why? It's because of cancel culture. You say the wrong thing, your career is over. And that's what they've seen over and over. The littlest thing, you could be canceled. They'll call to cancel you and you will never make money again. Your whole career can be ruined. Look what happened to the Dixie Chicks. When they criticized President Bush at the time, their whole career was destroyed. When, what's that woman, Michelle? Oh, She's an R&B singer, jazz type of singer, something Michelette or something. She criticized Bush or supported Bush or something like that. Whole career destroyed. And then a few years later, everybody said, oh, they were right. But you ruined their career. So celebrities keep seeing, if I say the wrong thing, women will cancel me. The black community will cancel me. They won't show up to my shows. They won't buy my albums. And in some cases, they might think, well, most of the people buying my music aren't black. If I say the wrong thing, they might cancel me, and my livelihood and career will be over. That's what it is, a lot going on with a number of them. I think there's a way to talk to the public with keeping your dignity, being respectful, not saying what needs to be said, and still being successful. I don't, with Beyonce, because her name came up a lot. I'm like, well, she already has millions of dollars. Yeah, she's a billionaire. So what is she gonna lose? She already at the top. Maybe she don't want to be knocked off the top by rubbing people the wrong way. She's one example. Other black women, celebrities, they don't talk about what happens to black women. They don't want to be canceled within the black community. So they don't talk about the femicide rate. They don't talk about how black women are constantly disrespected within the so-called community. I find it strange because back in the day, a lot of celebrities were activists. Michael Jackson spoke up for activism and charities, started his charities. In the 1950s, you had Sidney Poitier and many more who joined the civil rights movement, who were famous Hollywood people. So, yeah, Chrisette Michelle, thank you, y'all. Her, yes, when she said something. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, there are some things they could speak on. If I were a celebrity and I had $1 billion, I would pay for the funeral of some of the victims that I see in the black community. I mean, Shaq does things like that. He's like one of the few I see always helping. But some of your big names, they don't say a damn thing. And I wonder why. Why don't you say anything? Some of them do, but they're not extremely famous and some people don't care. But I'm talking about your top artists. It's like, you already famous and rich, but I guess they want to stay that way and they don't want to rock the boat. So I don't know. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And some of your favorites are quiet. And that's insane to me. I feel like if I was a famous entertainer, why should I be afraid to talk about lynchings happening all across the country to my community? Like, why would I be quiet about that? I don't get what would make me be. What do I have to lose talking about it? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, but speaking of celebrities, and some care and some don't give a damn. It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
The craziest tour ever would be NSYNC, Destiny Child, and B2K on a stadium run. Would be incredible. Justin Timberlake, Beyonce. I've done everything. Let's go ahead and give the people what they want. They want to see 5 for 5 and 4. You feel me? That would be incredible. Obviously, y'all all can go on your own stadium tours. It would be like incredible.
Thank you. I done told you. I wouldn't mind going to this concert because I love B2K. I love B2K. I was obsessed with B2K. I was obsessed. I love Destiny's Child. I love NSYNC. Shit, I say add the Backstreet Boys because I love, man, Backstreet Boys are so damn good. Love some Backstreet Boys. So this is a concert I would support. There are people saying B2K wasn't as big as NSYNC or Destiny's Child. B2K was like the Jackson 5 for the millennials. Like, are you serious? It was all about B2K when they came out. We, a lot of us were obsessed with them. We had their posters. We went crazy. There was a B2K website just to watch them do concerts. And when we saw them on 106 and Park, it was an event. It was all about B2K. And I was obsessed with Raspy right here. I was obsessed with Raspy and Omarion. But really, I was obsessed with Raspy more than any of them. So, yes. Okay, and speaking of them as a group, I want you to see this.
Believe it's on All I Have to Give. The very end of the song, there's a high note. It almost sounds like Mariah Carey.
Oh, right there, right there. That's Howie. That's Howie? That's Howie.
This is reason number 5,678 why Backstreet Boys is better than NSYNC, and I'm willing to die on this hill. NSYNC fans, all you have is JC and Justin, who do the main leads, okay? Nobody on your squad is doing their own verses or doing the background vocals and being like, oh shit, that's such and such. But Backstreet is. If we talking about white boy bands, Backstreet Boys is supreme. And yes, I'm putting it up there with New Kids because I've seen Backstreet Boys and New Kids at least about 3 damn times. And I'm here to tell you, it's Backstreet. Right now, I'm just going to take the little bits of me and just ignore Brian and his political affiliation because everybody else checks out. They cool. If we're just talking about boy bands, white boy bands, and who can go toe for toe and who's reigning supreme, it's Backstreet Boys all day. And anybody who's been friends with me since middle school knows how I feel about Backstreet Boys. All y'all can do with NSYNC is say Justin. It was always been Justin, right? Then, and you only say JC because he was the feature on the Black album, on that Black record, which was amazing, by the way. Loved it. But when it comes to a whole vocal arrangement and everybody clocking in, I can honestly say Brian, AJ, Howie, Nick, and Kevin, they all have a distinct voice that we can pinpoint in a song. You cannot do that with NSYNC. On an NSYNC record, can you name the voices of Lance, Joey, and Chris? No, you can't. You can only be like, ooh, there go JC, and ooh, there go Justin. Backstreet Boys, you can. I'm standing 10 toes down on it, and I've been saying this shit for the past years. And then they have the universal song that brings everybody together of every color, of every background. You know what it is? You are my fire, the one desire. NSYNC ain't got a I want it that way. I want it that way brings motherfuckers together. What the fuck is that falling from my house?
Believe it's on All I Have to Give. The very end of the song, there's a high note. It almost sounds like Mariah Carey.
Oh, right there, right there. That's Howie. That's Howie? That's Howie.
This is reason number 5,678 why Backstreet Boys is better than NSYNC, and I'm willing to.
I thought I was going to have pictures, but baby, it's BSB for life, okay? Backstreet Boys was one of the last greatest boy groups in America. Their music is so damn beautiful and so timeless. They made timeless music to me. Backstreet Boys was the shit. I am so happy that I grew up with Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC was the shit too. Come on now, when they came out, NSYNC was everywhere too. In fact, they used to say, who was better? Leave in the chat who you thought was better. I would love to see a tour with both of them. Backstreet Boys, come on. I want it that way. Everybody was obsessed with Nick. For me, it was Kevin. Kevin is hands down the finest one up in there. And I felt that when they first came out. Now every woman is making videos saying maturing is realizing how fine Kevin was the fine one. Baby, I knew Kevin was fine when they first came out. And I also thought I had a thing for AJ, but AJ with the nail polish and the 2 earrings in the ear, I said, I don't know about that. But I thought Brian was fine too. Nick wasn't bad looking, but he wasn't all that to me. For me, it was Kevin. Kevin was who I was crushing on. Even to this day, Kevin still looks the same. Kevin looks good. Okay? So, but even in Backstreet Boys, it's true that they all sung, but majority of the songs was AJ and Brian. And in NSYNC, majority of the songs was Justin Timberlake and JC. Justin Timberlake, people are mad saying that JC was supposed to be a star, solo star like Justin Timberlake. That's true, but we're not going to sit up here and deny that Justin Timberlake wasn't fine as shit. Justin Timberlake, when he had that curly hair, that curly blonde hair, a low cut, his face, Justin Timberlake, it was fine as shit. Let's just be honest here. Okay? Kevin, fine as shit. That's why Justin Timberlake made it so big, because he could sing. And Justin was the finest one up in there. I don't care what nobody say. Justin ass was the finest one up in there. Okay, now Lance was cute too, but Lance is into men. Now, I also found out that Chris was the one who founded NSYNC. I said, what? You mean to tell me that Chris, the one who used to wear the braids, the ponytail with the braids, he founded NSYNC? I said, oh my God, you never hear about that like that. Joey actually can sing. I heard him on TikTok when he was singing somewhere. And I said, oh my God, you mean the whole time Joey's ass could sing? Because they never let him sing on most of the songs for NSYNC. You never heard him. They harmonized well. So, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. When it comes to boy bands, of course, Jackson 5, okay? Look, come on now. B2K, but the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Pretty Ricky's good too. But and there's more I'm not mentioning from back in the day, the New Jack Swing era and all that other stuff. But Backstreet Boys had some good ass music. They were pop and also R&B. Brian could sing his ass off. Have you heard Brian? The man was singing and he literally sounded like that. Backstreet Boys, come on. The Shape of My Heart. More Than That. The Call. Show me the meaning of being lonely. Is that the fear? Tell me why I can't be there where you are. There's something missing in my heart. Okay, but my love is all I have to give. Without you, I don't think I could live. I wish I could give the world to you, but my love is all I have to give. Okay, with NSYNC, come on. Every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't want to lose it again. But I'm not like them. Baby, come on. NSYNC, they were ruling. They were ruling. As a millennial, we remember it was all about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Okay, during that era, the pop era, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Spice Girls. Girl, please. Girl, I had the Spice Girl platform shoes. I miss it so much. The music was so much damn better than what you hear today. It was so much better. Lord knows it was better. Okay. That era, come on. Like, we'll never forget it. It was everything. Seriously. I really wish, I would love to go to a concert with Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Now, Backstreet Boys actually had a residency, I think as I speak, over in Vegas, but I'm not able to see them. But it's a dream to see them. Lord knows. They have so many hits, that hit after hit after hit. Beautiful songs. I love, oh, I will love you more than that. Baby, listen to me when I say, I will love you more than that. I can't do it like them. It's so soulful and beautiful and powerful. You just don't hear music like this today. You don't hear music like that today. It's beautiful. I think everybody loved Backstreet Boys. Everybody loved them. You know, everybody loved NSYNC. Everybody, they did. They had a mixture of pop and R&B. They were able to cross over. Everybody loved them. I'm just saying they did. Shit. And you know, it's amazing now again when I see women talking about Kevin. I'm like, how could you not notice Kevin in Backstreet Boys? The man was fine as shit. And he was built. He looks like a beautiful Italian. He's not Italian though. I don't think he's Italian. But Kevin, I mean, Kevin was fine as shit. I'm like, I don't know how with this obsession with Nick. Nick ain't ugly, but Nick ain't Kevin. I'm sorry. Kevin was girl, and I love AJ's deep voice. My God. Kevin, and AJ ain't bad look. He was not bad looking. All of them look good. Howie was gorgeous, but no one ever talked about Howie that much, you know? Shit. And NSYNC wasn't bad looking. I think Joey is fine. It was fine as shit. But for me, Justin was he was the best looking one up in there. And I'm not saying they were all bad looking. They weren't. But Justin was fine as shit. Let's just keep it real here. You know, when he cut his hair, his curly blonde hair, I didn't like that. He looked really good with the curly blonde hair. But he didn't do Britney Spears right. I've been seeing him and how he used to like kind of ignore Britney on interviews and acting kind of stuck up and all that. And then he So, but he was good looking. Let's be real. Okay, and what happened with Janet Jackson and stuff. So, okay. All right. I think I have one last video to show you.
Blue whales are supposedly the largest animals currently living on Earth. But more than 80% of the oceans are undiscovered. So, how do we know?
Oh, okay. Leave a heart if you can hear me. Okay. Leave a heart, it reconnected, it disconnected, and then it reconnected. Okay. So, that is it for now. We're going to talk about the blue whale. Something that you can't... Well, I'll play the video. This will be the last video of tonight. About something that's crazy.
Blue whales are supposedly the largest animals currently living on Earth. But more than 80% of the oceans are undiscovered. So, how do we know that the blue whale is actually the largest animal on Earth if most of the oceans are undiscovered? I feel like once they fully have seen most of the ocean, then that's when they would be able to say that the blue whale is the largest animal. I just feel like they don't know that for sure. Especially because the deeper you go, the larger these animals get, but humans haven't traveled to the deepest parts of the oceans and traveled all around and seen everything. So I just feel like it's kind of crazy to say that the blue whale is the largest animal when that's not necessarily true. It's just the largest animal that humans have seen thus far. But like, it could actually be that there are larger animals than the blue whale, which is crazy. But I feel like since so much of the oceans are not discovered, there's a probability of that being the truth. And then I'm also thinking about how the government basically came out with the disclosure and said that the aliens are living in the oceans. And if that is the case, then that makes me wonder if there are maybe alien civilizations within the water, or maybe ancient civilizations within the water. Because, again, so much of the oceans are undiscovered, and the people on this planet are already trying to see what is on the other planets outside of this one without even knowing everything that's here yet. Or maybe some people do know exactly what's in the water, but maybe we're just not being told. I don't know, but it just seems like there are more things in the oceans than we're aware of. And so I don't know if we can just fully say 100% that the blue whale is the largest animal on Earth, because like most of the oceans where the blue whale is from have not been discovered. And then also there could be other civilizations in the water because most of the water hasn't been explored. So I'm just wondering, like, what actually is in the water? And are there creatures that are larger than the alleged largest creature on Earth? And are there civilizations down there? Is there something going on within the water? Because I truly feel like there is. Genuinely.
Leave a heart if you believe there are things bigger than the blue whale in the ocean. The blue whale is the largest life form, animal, whatever, that they have discovered so far that they know of. Now scientists claim that only like 5 or 8% of the ocean has been explored. We don't know what else is in there. The ocean is deep as shit. And I'm going to tell you something. From what I heard, scientists had a camera or they were studying or watching a blue whale. Do you know that allegedly the blue whale was eaten by something? It was split in half. Something bigger than a blue whale split it in half. And the blue whale is supposedly the biggest thing on Earth that they ever saw from the animals and stuff. I believe something's down there in the Mariana Trench or whatever, the Pacific Ocean. It is so much we don't know. Even if it's true, UFOs have been seen leaving the ocean, but how is it that it's not crushing them? The water pressure is so heavy that you would implode or whatever. So I'm wondering, what kind of technology do these aliens have that you're able to travel down near the bottom of the ocean and you don't explode? Make it make sense. How are you living down there? How can you build? It's water. How on earth are you able to build under the water and that type of pressure? Something ain't right. Sonia says reptilians. I believe it's something gigantic down there. My thing is, I used to say to myself, if it's something so big down there, how come it never comes up to the surface? Can it swim all the way up, or it's so deep down that maybe they can't make it up? Maybe they would pass away on the voyage to come up here because they're down so far below that it would take forever for them to get up here. I don't know. That's something I'm thinking. Because I used to say, why come they don't never come up? Make it make sense. Somebody got to see something. I'm ready for our scientists to explore the ocean. We could work on space exploration later. Figure out what's on Earth. What's in the Amazon rainforest, damn it? What's in them oceans? Please create a camera that can withstand the water pressure and go down there. I want to know what's down there. Other people don't want to know. I want to know. I want to know what is at the bottom of that damn ocean. I want to see. I don't want to personally see it. I want they can record it on their top best camera that they can invent that can withstand the water pressure. Go down there, baby. Go deep down in there. I want to see it. I need to know. Some people don't care. I need to know. I need to know. I can't live. I got to know. Somebody tell me. Please, I need to know. I need to know if the mermaids are real. I need to know if them aliens is down there. I need to see the creature that's larger than the blue whale. Find it. The gigantic squid is down there. I need to know. It don't make no sense to be on Earth and not know. It's not our fault. We're humans, you know? And people will say, well, God don't want people to know. I don't know. I want to know it. We got inventions. We can invent a camera. We can figure it out how we going to get down there, and we going to see it. We're going to see and find out. If they can invent a spaceship that can go out in space, even though people claim, oh, people ain't really going up there. No, I don't want to hear it. We can figure out how to make something that can bend and withstand water pressure with a camera on it so we can see what's down there. Remember that video I played where that man said, if you knew what was at the bottom of the ocean, you would want to die. I said, what could it be? What could possibly be down there that would make me want to leave, die? What could it possibly be that's down there that would make me feel that way? I said, the only thing I could think of is skyscrapers, like Waterworld. If they were to get to the bottom of the ocean and see skyscrapers, I wouldn't want to die, but my mouth would open like, oh shit. Like, oh shit. That's the most I probably would do. So, the government knows, Guilty Angel. The government got files. They know everything, but they're hiding it, and I'm sick of it. I want them to tell us the damn truth. They need to tell us the truth. Right now, as I'm speaking, there's something going on that we don't know nothing about, like Soylent Green. All types of stuff happening all around, and we don't know because it's top secret. One day we will find the truth. We're going to find out, hopefully. They're going to build the technology so we can see. Because, yeah, it's stuff big down there in that water. The ocean is scary as hell. And I can't believe, like, when I was a little girl and I went in the ocean, I was on a cruise with my dad, and I went to the dark part of the water. I always tell this story. I wasn't afraid at that time. And the water was at my nose. I was on my tippy toes. And I was little. I wasn't tiny, but I was like 13. And it hit me. I'm getting deep in this ocean. Like, hold on now, I'm on my tippy toes. I pause. Sense hit me. Like, hold on now, because I don't even know if I can swim. And I was with someone, a girl, off the cruise. And I said, hold on for a second. I didn't have any goggles. I closed my eyes. I took 1 foot. And I put 1 foot down because I was on my tippy toes. I felt nothing. Nothing was under me. And I came up. I was on 1 foot, and the other foot was like trying to see if there's any ground anymore of the ocean floor. There was nothing under my foot. And then it hit me. Oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Oh my God. And then I walked back towards, back where people were on the ocean floor. And it hit me like, oh my God, there's nothing under my foot. I don't know how deep this goes. There's nothing there. It scared the shit out of me. I haven't been the same since, after realizing how far out I went. The dark part of the water is when it gets deep, and there was nothing under me, and I didn't even know how to swim. I said, oh my God, what am I doing? And it's scary because you don't know what you can see. You don't know what you can see, what's down there. So, oh my God. I done told you so says I have been 140 feet down. How? Were you in a submarine or something? Like, what's going on? Tell us real quick. It's just scary. You said I looked up 140 feet down, and the sun was getting smaller and smaller through the water. You were scuba diving, and you went 140 feet down. Oh my God, girl. Well, you are brave. I'm not doing it. And the thing is, I love the ocean and the lakes and everything. But once you're out there and you realize that if you don't really know how to swim, you're going to die. You're literally going to fall and you can't get up into darkness of the water. And there's so many things around, sharks and all types of stuff. And I mean, I recommend everybody get swimming lessons. Take swimming lessons. Even if you take swimming lessons, once you're out there, you could be eaten by a shark. They can sneak up on you, all types of stuff. It's not a game being out in that ocean. You are in a big old bowl, a big old tub. You said under the water is actually calm. So you just better be careful. Okay. All right. So that is it, everybody, for today's live. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope that you enjoyed some of the stories, and some of them are sad, but let me know, in the comment section. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I am live. And I plan on having a call-in show about Clarissa Shields very soon. So be prepared. It could be tomorrow in the afternoon if you want to call in. We shall see. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. And thank you all for joining me. Bye, everybody. Bye.